Teroom kariet as ling so jafai het veld as druik eventime itself had sloewet uit of respect. Voor wat was infolding wit in toese vuurpole wals. Machines was bereid in soft, mechanical items. Eerste had hy beping te onlui fragile triad tying ifeit to the wereldse was already hy beginning toe. Slip away from, to scent of antiseptic hing in the air, sharp and unforgiving, as if trying in fun to clear answer not just the physical ones that uitbreid herheren. But the invisible, festering burden shot carried for far too long, on the narrow hospital bed. Ifai lei moet u unless escape for the shallow risse and fall of hergist. Hersken draai net of color. Herboed hy die minishit by someting farmore de vaststating ten te accident dat het plaas het herheren. Tere was a dieper fracture in side her, oneboren not of broken bonus, but of a treat shot be eaten till it began to consume her from within. Stefai stoot beside her, rigid and unmoving, as telk aan hy shift en postere might shatter de fragile realiteit she was desperately trying to hold. Toegeter, her eyes, red and swollen from tears she refused to let fall again, remained fixed on Ifai's face, seating for someting, an explanation, or denial, or reassurance that none of this was as catastrophic as it felt. But beneath that controlled exterior, her thoughts gerenet violently. The accident had already shaken her sense of security, but something about Ifai's condition. The urgency in the way she had asked for Stefai before a slipping further into weakness. Suggested that this moment carried a wide far by on physical trauma. It felt like the etge of a revelation. The kind that it not simply gange or liever betore it apart and rebelled it into something unrecognizable. When Ifai's lips finally parted, the sound that emerged was barely more than a breath, fragile and trembling. As if even the act of speaking required more strength than she had left. Her apology came first, fractured and in a fin, hy onmistakable sincere, and it struck Stefai with a force that made her gestieten. Tere was so meteen final in that apology, so meteen that suggested Ifai was not simply asking for forgiveness, but releasing herself from a burden she had carried in slings for too long. Stefai felt a flicker of confusion. Followed by an instinctive resistance. As her mind refused to accept that the situation was about to shift in a way she could not control, but Ifai did not stop. She could not stop. The treat had reageerd op point where it demanded to be spoken. Even if it destroyed everything in its path. With extra in it breed, she began to unravel the secret she had hidden. Her voice growing steadier not because her body was recovering, but because the weight of the links was finally lifting. She spoke of Dylan, and the name alone was enough to send a ripple of Ineos trout Steffi's already fragile composure. Dylan was not supposed to exist in this context, not in this room filled with pain and urgency. He belonged to another narrative, one that had never intersected with something so dark. And I, as if I continued, that illusion shattered. Dylan had not simply been involved in something questionable or morally graai. He had orchestrated harm with intent, with calculation, with a coldness that stripped away annihilering dabbend about hoe het relay was. The words came slowly, as if he had had to fight its way through lawyers of fear that had been in graai net overtime. He had targeted Elektra, not out of impulse, but with purpose. With alle fel of premeditation dat rivale het capable of far more ten anaione had ever suspected, en teenkame te treat dat sie met te dra en te air from te room en te hulle. Lina was not a victim of circumstance. She had not disappeared into some tragic uncertainty. She had been murdered, brutally, deliberately, by Dylan. The revelation did not register immediately for Stefai. It overred te spagge between comprehension and denial, refusing to settle into something real. Her mind scrambled to find an alternative explanation, a misinterpretation, an item that could raise hopeless words into something less horrifying. But Ifai's expression, the quick desperation in her eyes, made it impossible to dismiss. This was not confusion, this was confession. En teenkame te partak vrak die red so meteen dieper wit en Stefai. Ifai had knaan, voor weeks, voor months, sy had karitis knoblet ge, sy voorkating in de rits waait, trap het between vier en consings. Dylan had ensiret herselings not trout persuasion, betrouwd triad. Ja, net en toe prisene wit en her aanliefe, voor sy her te lewe wit te knoblet ge of wat ja doone wille convincing her dat speaking uit. Valt onne leat more destruction. Ever een moment Ifai had spent in quid hesitation had not been of failure of chaos. But the result of elkaar verlei constructed vier dat had eerhoed her sense of agency. As the treat unfolded, Stefai felt so meteen inside her begin to collapse. It was not just shock or anger. It was so meteen far more complex, far more painful. It was the realization that she had been wrong. Dat in the moments when Ifai had needed belief, support, understanding, she had been met with dabend. Dat she had dismissed the possibility of so meteen darker because it had been easier than. Confronting the reality that Simeonische touch understood was capable of unimaginable violence. The disgust came next, sharp and immediate, directed not only at Dylan but at herself. She had defended him, she had trusted him, she had allowed him to exist within her world without stealing inconsistencies. The simple warnings that had no taken on an entirely different meaning in insight. The betrayal was not just external, it was internal, a fracture in her engagement that she could not ignore. The door opened, and Liam stepped into the room. In ware dat je was walking into a moment that wel te define je verrighting je belief het. His expression shifted almost instantly as it took in te skene, the tension, the fragility, the unspoken understanding that so meteen irreversible had already occurred. Je had Arif toelaten to witness the beginning of the treat, but not toelaten to feel its impact. When je jaar Dylan's name, so meteen inheems te leed. And as the reality of what Ifai was revealing settled into place, that stillness turned into so meteen else entirely. It was not disbelief, it was recognition, acquit, the vaststating acknowledgement that the version of Dylan he had held until no longer existed. If it ever had at all, the man he had defended, the man he had trusted, had been leaving behind a mask so convincing that even now, as the treat unfolded, it felt impossible to reconcile the two identities. Steffi's grief transformed into so meteen sharper, so meteen more focused. The shock gave way to clarity, and within that clarity was a resolve that burned with acute intensity. Dylan was no longer just a triad hidden in the shadows. He was a reality that needed to be confronted, exposed, dismantled. And in that moment, she understood so meteen with absolute certainty. He was more than rust in Sila. Because Dylan had not relied on chaos or unpredictability. He had relied on trust. As if his strength began to fade, there was a noticeable shift in her expression. The tension that had defined her presence in the beginning of this conversation slowly dissolved. Replaced by so meteen softer, so meteen almost peaceful, the treat had been spoken. The burden had been released. Whatever consequences followed would no longer belong to her alone. Her final breath was not marked by struggle, but by stillness. And in that stillness, there was a sense of closure, not for those she left behind, but for herself. Steffi did not move immediately. The weight of what had just occurred settled around her like a storm that had to fly break. Ifai was gone, but the treat she had left behind remained. Going into slings, demanding action, demanding consequence, outside, unwittingly, Dylan stood at a distance. His presence concealed, his expression calm in a way that suggested he believed himself untouchable. There was a quiet satisfaction in the way he observed the aftermath. As the chaos he had created was simply another in a plan that had to react. Conclusion. Je did not know that the narrative had already shifted, that the control je believed he held had begun to unravel. Because in Steffi's hand, there was so meteen small, so meteen easily overlooked, so meteen dat had te probeer te dismantle je verrighting he had behaald. a recording de vies, and wit in it, te treat, te wide of te de vies in ste vies hand veld disproportionate to het sieze. As drauk te treat het kon hy net had mas, gravitei, constraints, for a long moment, should it not move, the room had shifted into a strange stillness after Ephi's final breath. De machines no rede ket to a single, flat toen het had see met to strid English kitten drauk de fragile barrier between liefde and absence. Liam stood eerst behind her. His presence steered hy betrokken. As if je, toe, had been aangered to dat moment weer een everuiting had fractured and noting hy maar de sense agaan. And in the center of it all, Eva lay still, her expression no longer bedan het by fear, no longer hound het by the wide of the links. She had done what she needed to do. She had spoken, and in doing so, she had passed the responsibility forward. Steffi sloeg over het her gas to the small recording device. Her fingers tightening around it instinctively. It was sig an ordinary object. So meteen as hy overlook het. So meteen dat cult of a slip and what he set into the folds of chaos if not for the deliberate way. If I had held onto it even as her strength failed. That detail struck Steffi with sudden clarity. If I had not only come here to confess, she had come prepared. She had known that words alone might not be enough. That fear and doubt could still twist the truth into so meteen uncertain. So she had read that tere wel beproof. Not just a dying woman's testimony, but so meteen indeniable, so meteen permanent. Liam's voice broke at the links. Low and strident, as Drauk speaking too loudly might shatter what little control remained. You did not need to ask what it was. You could see it in Steffi's hand. In the way her posture had shifted from grief to something sharper. More focus it, but what you could not fully grasp was what it meant. Not just for Dylan, but for all of them. For every decision that had been made in their false assumptions. For every moment weer het trust had been misplaced. Steffi did not answer immediately. Instead, she turned the device over in her hand. Her thumb pressing against its surface as if she could feel the treat inside it waiting to be. Inlia said, her mind was already moving on yet, raging through possibilities, consequences, strategies. The grief was still tere, raw and heavy, but it had been beset as it by something more urgent. If I had could not be meaningless. It could not become a just another tragedy buried in the layers of denial and manipulation. Not this time, when she finally spoke, her voice carried a steadiness that had not been there moments before. It was not the steadiness of calm, but of resolve. She did not need to explain what they were about to do. Liam understood. The look in his eyes shifted. The shock still present but now tempered by something else, something darker, something that acknowledged the reality they were stepping into. Dylan was no longer just a name attached to suspicion. He was a confirmed triad, a murderer, and more than Rosley, so many who believed he had already won. Outside the hospital, the night street geht on with deceptive normal say. The city lights flickered into distance, indifferent to the storm that was about to break. Dylan remained very yet positive in himself. Far enough to avoid attention, close enough to observe. His gasling read on the building, his expression unreadable to anyone who might have a glance at his way. Drauk knew onder dit, he had always understood the value of invisibility, of blending into the background until the moment came to step forward. It was only of the mannerisms he had been able to operate as long as he had without consequence. But there was something different tonight. A flicker of miniose, subtle but persistent, began to talk sharp at the edges of his awareness. It was not based on evidence or logic, but on instinct. A sense that something had shifted beyond his control. He dismissed it almost immediately. He had done everything right. Every triad had been calculated, every loose and carefully managed. If I had been the only variable left, and no she was gone. Whatever she had gedaan, whatever she might have said, it no longer mattered. Or so he believed it. Pak en side, Stefai stoot at de treesolt of adesision dat wilt alter te kurse of everuiting dat voelu weet. Te simplest option wilt afbeen to go direct lei to de authorities. To hand over te recording and let the system take over. But nothing about Dylan was simple. Je had already proven dat je kunt manipulate situations. Dat je kunt anticipate reactions en stay ondersteunjat. If die move it too quickly, if die underestimated him even ons more. Die risketloosing te advantage if hy had gewint hem. Steffi starts the net inward. Dissecting every interaction shot every with Dylan. Every moment dat no carry to different meaning under the light of this revelation. There had been sequence, simple inconsistencies, moments various reactions had not aligned with the situation. Various concern had felt reset rather than geneine. She had ignored them, rationalized them, trusted in the version of whom she wanted to believe in. And no, that trust felt like a weapon that had been reset against her. Niam wat het her closely, recognizing the shift not just in her expression, but in her entire presence. This was not the Steffi who had stood beside ify moments ago, overwhelmed met by grief and shock. This was Sumione Else, Sumione who had taken dat pan and race op het into something far more than rouse. The plan did not need to be spoken aloud for it to exist between them. Die wilt not act impulsively. Die wilt not give Dylan the opportunity to disappear, to manipulate the narrative, to twist the threat into something unrecognizable. Die wilt let him believe he was still in control. He is long enough for him to make a mistake. And Dylan, despite alles careful calculations, was already on the verge of doing exactly that. The following day unfolded with attention that lingered beneath every interaction. Every conversation looiered with inspoken knobledge. Steffi carried the recording with her, its presence a constant reminder of what was at stake. She had listened to it ons. Alone, allowing Ify's voice to fill the ceilings in a way that made everything undeniably real. There was no room for doubt, no possibility of misinterpretation. Every word was clear, every detail precise. It was enough, but she did not share it immediately. Instead, she waited, Dylan, sensing nothing by hom te vind echo of his ealirinase. Moe vertrouw is David the same calculated confidence he had always maintained. If anything, he see met litter, as duik op burden had been lifted. The last obstacle had been removed. The past had been sealed away. Or so he believed it, when Steffi finally approached him. There was no confrontation in her expression, no indication of the storm beneath the surface. She met his gas with a calm that was almost unsettling. A composure that suggested she had not grasped the full extent of what had happened. It was exactly what Dylan expected. Exactly what he needed to see it. But beneath that calm, something else was talking sharper. A trap, the conversation began simply, almost casually, but there was an undercurrent to it. A simple shift in tone that Dylan did not immediately register. Steffi allowed him to speak, to fill the space with his own narrative, to reinforce the version of events he believed to betray. And as he did, as he wove his carefully constructed reality, she watched him with a focus that bordered on clinical. Because she was not listening for reassurance. She was listening for confirmation. For the moment when his words felt alleen too closely with what Ify had revealed. For the moment when his confidence felt led him to expose something he could not talk about. And when it happened, it was almost imperceptible. A single detail, a slight shift, a piece of information he felt not have known. That was all it took. Steffi did not react immediately. She did not interrupt, did not challenge him, did not reveal what she knew. Instead, she let the ceiling stretch geest long enough for the weight of his own words to settle between them. And then, with a calm that carried more force than any accusation, she spoke. Not with stones, but with certainty. The loop that crossed Dylan's face in that moment was fleeting, almost invisible, but it was there. The first crack in the mask had worn so flawlessly. De first indication dat so meteen had gewone wrong. En as Stefai reageert into her pocket, her fingers closing around the recording device. She understood so meteen with absolute clarity. De game had gaan niet, en te stemme, Thailand was the only who had no beer left to eat.